may not have won last time out, but Anders Meyer was able to move back to the top of the standings in the Apex Racing League GT3 trophy with just 4 rounds of the season remaining. Tonight we head to Hockenheim for the 7th round of the championship as his championship battle with Chris van der Nesse continues to the end of the season. Welcome to the Apex Racing TV esports studio. My name is Sam Fitzpatrick, and alongside me is David Sampson, and we have got 2 races in store for you tonight, a 25-minute race 1 and a 30-minute race 2 reverse grid, which I think so far this season, David, has often produced our best racing. Of course, the last time we had this was at another German circuit, Nürburgring. That was a wet race, but I think it should provide a lot of action once again tonight.
Yeah, I love the Hockenheim track, especially in GTs. It's just, for me, I don't know if it's a top 5 track for me as a whole, but in GT cars it is. Yeah, it makes for great racing. Yeah, you're right, the reverse top 10 always makes it exciting for, well, especially for us, the onlookers. But yeah, I think we've got a really tight field. There's lots to play for. As I say, Anders Meyer moved back into the lead, but it's a strong crowd. Like, there's no easy wins to be found out there in either of the Pro or AMs.
Absolutely. And we can have a look at the calendar of the circuits that we've had so far this season. Started off back at Watkins, and of course it was Imola last time out. And of course we've got Red America next up, and then of course round 9 and 10 will be the first 2 weeks of the official series for iRacing Season 4 in the either IMSA Sports Car Series or the GT3 series instead. So those circuits will be picked very, very soon. But let's have a quick reminder then of the format for this round, and it is the B format for this round of the championship. And yeah, of course, that race 1 and race 2 with the top 10 reversed. Of course, it's always a challenge when it comes to these reverse grids of how easy it is for the drivers to get back up to the positions that they started. Is that going to be feasible for them? Can you see someone taking a double race win, or is it just too tricky to overtake it?
It's not the trickiest track. There are always opportunities, especially on lap 1. It's quite a few, actually. 10 positions is a big arse with the field we have. But a win and a podium is on the card, I think.
Sure. Yeah, I think that is very possible, especially with some of the quality that we've got. And of course, let's have a reminder of what happened last time out at Imola, because the most memorable thing, David, was this incredible train that we had for the first 20 minutes of the race. The top 17 separated by less than 7 seconds. And it was just fuel saving that we've never seen. You can see there, Russ Fowler down in 39th place was upping 2 seconds faster than leader due to this incredible fuel saving that they were doing.
Yeah, I think it might have been more in a couple of laps, but yeah, 2.5 to 3 seconds a lap, where the top, I'm not sure back then, was it 10, were fuel saving, allowing the rest of the grid to catch up, and then that excellent send by Dane Neo from 3rd to 1st. I really enjoyed this race. He had everything, but yeah, that phase was a little weird.
It was weird. In the end, Tellman was at the head of it, and he was desperate not to lead. Eventually, Neo took the bait, one could argue, but he felt like he had to go for it. He overtook, and Tellman, though, was able to save more fuel than anyone else, had a super short pit stop and was able to take his first race win of the season. Overdue, because he did win back at Nürburgring as well, but got a post-race penalty. So it's about time that he was able to get that race win. It was a very impressive one, albeit Meyer did close him down in the latter stages. In the championship then, that means that we have Anders Meyer at the top of the standings. These now take into consideration the drop score, so that's why Tellman is a fair bit closer, but still it's a two-way battle, and Meyer, after losing the championship lead for a round, has it back again, 19 points with 4 rounds to go.
Yeah, it was a good battle between those two, actually. I think Myers took advantage of a battle that was going in front of him, because I think
well, Chris was on pole.
Correct, yeah, he had it all to play for, but yeah, just yeah, and he took his chance and he made it work. It was a really good points haul.
Yeah, he's been fantastic in qualifying. I think it's 3 poles in a row for Chris van der Nesse heading into this round, but wasn't able to convert it into a race win last time. In the Pro-Am standings, Sergio Abaye, even with the drop score, is well ahead. Nikolai Agard, you would argue, is probably the one who can challenge him, but Nikolai has not maximised his results. He was probably the big favourite after the first 2 rounds. But it has not quite materialised for him, still close behind that. And in the amateur standings, we've got Artem Udod in his Mercedes, driving extremely well, and he seems to be a class above the rest, honestly, in this category.
He does, yeah. But obviously, quick shout out to the pro-ams there as well. It was a very tight battle. It is very close on performance, not just on points. But yeah, UDOD in the AMs is looking, I mean, yeah, it's iconic. His Mercedes is always scoring well.
He's actually been on pole position in the last 4 rounds as well, out of 6.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
That is very, very impressive. And in the Teams Championship, we've got Maguire's team, Rennsport, at the top, only by 10 points above Racing Lab Esports. Maybe the most interesting championship battle that we have, because last time out, Racing Lab were able to close the gap. And actually, Delochaz, of course, with the win for Tillman, also managed to close the gap. And even Walk Racing, with UTOD doing so well, even they're looking very competitive in 4th place. So really, 4 teams still have a chance, but you would expect it to be one of those 3 come the end of the season. Of course, this isn't the only championship going on Apex Racing TV and Apex Racing League as well, because we have just announced Apex Racing League Sports Cars Season 2 of that, GT4 and TCR cars, and you can sign up over apexracingleague.com. Season 1 was really positive, so I'm looking forward to Season 2.
Yeah, great choices, plus the possibility of rain now.
Yes, for the first time. Yeah, TCR still doesn't have rain, right? But it's being added for next season.
Correct. I believe it is scheduled, yeah.
That. So, yeah, taking advantage of that straight away.
What time on Mondays?
It is at 2010 UK time on a Monday, which is 1910.
I'll try. It's a long day, though, for me, Monday, though. It's like, yeah, it'll be 9 till 9. I'll try it.
What class would you do?
GT4. I quite like the GT4. It's something I would like to pursue, to be honest. More racing, especially learning it in leagues and everything. But, I mean, the TCR. I know I'm British and I should, but
sure.
I feel like I'd be quicker at driving that thing in reverse. I think I'd understand the physics better.
Would you be willing to be on a team with Lewis? Because my experience of being with a team and Lewis isn't very good.
I would, yeah. Yeah, I would.
Yeah, that's nice.
For the right price.
Let's have a look at our track guide for this round. And of course, the tricky turn 1 here. Always an absolute menace, I think, on lap 1, because you've got that tiny slight left before the actual right-hander. And I think that always causes a bit of an issue. And it's such a tight moment as well, such a short apex corner, that it can be really tricky to avoid instance.
I've noticed the off-track seems to be a little bit further out now. You can actually hit the big sausage curb on the inside a bit more, it feels, this season. But yeah, the track out can be pretty treacherous when you're too wide at the start of the race. And then we come into the very rapid 2, where there's almost 2 lines. You can brake super early and focus on getting on the throttle nice and early to carry you all the way down to the hairpin, essentially, because it's flat the rest of the way. But you can also go quite deep and make it work if you are essentially stopping the guy on the inside from creating that perfect line. So that's why we always see a nice run to the hairpin. Hairpin's where we're going to see a lot of everything. Let's hope it all goes through okay. It's unfortunately, you just can't undo your decision. Once you've broke 1 yard too late and you see the guy coming across it, you're like, I'm sorry, mate.
It's pretty incredible. Like, I've had it in races before, or watching races before, where like drivers have, seemingly broke maybe 10 meters, 20 meters after the driver ahead, and yet they've closed so much in the braking zone. And you are just a passenger at that point. It is a bizarre one. It is just because it's such a heavy braking point, it's such a wide turn as well. It's really tricky to avoid someone if you do outbrake. Then, of course, the stadium section, which is a fun part of the circuit. It can overtake as well. You see quite a lot of moves at turn 15 in particular,
and they do
the penultimate corner.
They create a lot of door-to-door racing because of the fact it's a lot of right and a left and a right and a left and a right. You get that door-to-door racing where it's not so easy to get the position closed off.
Yeah, it should be a really good part of the circuit, and also very important as well when it comes to the lap time. And it is all about lap time at the minute, because the drivers are in their qualifying session. The amateur drivers putting in the best times that they can do at the moment. And we will transfer over that just after we watch this short advert.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Welcome back, and we are trackside now at Hockenheim for this qualifying session. It's 32 minutes long. Of course, first 10 minutes are for the amateur drivers, next 10 for the pro-ams, and final 12 for the pro drivers. And at the moment, it is a slightly different driver at the top of the standings. It's Marlon Schwab who leads the amateurs, and a strange time at the moment for Artem Udod, who does not look very comfortable out there today. Despite the fact that we were just showing images of the Mercedes grandstand, in his Mercedes, he is yet to set a lap time.
Yeah, I bop tested all the cars this week. For me, it was Audi Lambo week. I picked the Audi, but especially in fixed, a lot of Lambos. I think because the traction control set quite low, but obviously this is open setup. The Porsche is going to go well here. I think, to be honest, they're all pretty close actually. Although I never say anything positive about the Ford. The Ford can take T1 so well, it's ridiculous. It doesn't even look like the rest of the cars. Unless you get it wrong, then you end up upside down on the outside. So I do like this track. They are, well, I suppose it's the shorter races, 30 minutes, but they still, I mean, fixed is only 20. You do need to be careful of your tyres here. You can quite easily overheat them. But obviously, being the shorter race format, they don't necessarily have to worry. Do you like this track?
Not a massive fan of it, honestly. I don't find it particularly satisfying to set laps. Also, I feel like you know, I reached my peak participation in iRacing about 2019, and this got added in what, like 2020?
Right.
And so I just missed doing loads of racing out here. So yeah, it's not my favourite in the world.
Yeah, it's not my favourite hairpin. Like, it does. When someone goes 3 wide, they just didn't run all the numbers because they cannot hold the inside as tight as they're actually thinking they can. And then obviously with the contact metal, it can just get a little violent, this track. But I love from here, like, I think it's not my favourite cornering complex, but it does create some good door-to-door racing.
It is well created, yeah.
It's easy to get down the left-hand side here, but it's quite easy to hold the outside. You can get fully out onto the green, then you defend the right, and then it's another right. He can hold the outside, then it's a left, and yeah, before you know you are. It's a nice looking livery. I don't recall a blue and orange split livery before.
I don't either, and I do approve the paint. However, I do not. I mean, this must be a new thing because I really like that.
I like the front lines.
I love the front lines.
I'm going to get a picture of that and borrow. Is that the right term? Borrow.
Sure, yeah.
Borrow that.
Yeah.
Quite like that.
Royal Outlaws as well is a decent team name as well. I'm not sure what it means, but it's a juxtaposition, and
it's a nice shade of orange.
I mean, they really are appealing to your eyes, aren't they? This season,
What, the Samsung team?
The Samsung team. Yeah.
I hope so.
But I mean, all the drivers. We've just seen 2 orange liveries in a row.
Yeah. It's the best
yeah.
shade of red.
Yeah. He's just gone faster as Broderick, but not enough to move up any places. Joshua Syme on the final corner.
That isn't a hot lap. Not sure. And it's not setting up the next lap either. I'm not sure what that was.
Well, that is the end of the amateur qualifying. And in the end, Artem Udod did not set a time. He's put in 4 laps, but none of them were eligible. So the man who's taken the last 4 amateur pole positions will effectively be starting last.
Wow. And if you remember this, is triple class. That's going to probably, the distance between himself and Schwab might be quite significant, more than just the 6-7 positions.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it plays out.
Nikolai Agard in need for a big round. He's got 4 rounds to close the championship lead, and if he can score consistent top 10 overalls, then he might be able to just put a bit of pressure on the current championship leader and maybe take the title. But that unfortunately has not been the consistency that he has been achieving so far this season. So yeah, Agard with a big qualifying coming up. He needs to do well. He wants to keep his championship aspirations alive.
Another split livery. 2 teammates working together. Yeah, the draft isn't mega at this track, to be honest, but obviously every little bit helps.
This is David Moeller that we are riding on board with. It's Robin Vist, who is his teammate, sat right on his tail right now.
Yeah, nearly 0x him in the hairpin. On exit of the hairpin. This is an awkward corner, especially on the tyres. Like if overheating the tyres, it's very easy to just cook your tyres here. And this is a pretty unique corner. You want to cut the curb, but the curb pushes you out. That's quite a nice line, but no, late on the throttle. Easy to get it wrong here, to over-rotate. When you downshift a second, sometimes the rear can come around on you. No, as demonstrated by Vettel. I'm hearing in my ear.
No rain tonight, unfortunately.
Awkward corner this. Easy to get this wrong and put so much pressure on qualifying. You know what to do. You're thinking about it, you're thinking about it, thinking about it, and as it starts, you like, every time it feels like you're inventing a new line through that, right?
Well, they both didn't set an eligible lap. Maybe they 0x'd, or maybe they both picked up at 1x's.
Yeah, T1's very, very easy, especially the way they're taking it.
Agard does go to provisional pole by 4/10. Interestingly, only fairly getting in amongst the other AMs. All the other pro-AMs sort of messed up, I think, their first laps, and a lot of them have towed back. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, well, yeah, we'll see, though. Agard with a purple first sector.
Yeah, I thought the cars were all pretty close. I can't remember what came last. Be the BMW. I usually do like 1 lap. No. I can't remember what one.
Well, as long as you do 1 lap in everything.
No, I spent hours in the other ones. I'm trying to think. I can't remember. But the Ferrari, which we're seeing strong all season, it was middle of the pack for me.
Sure.
It was behind the Vet. Yeah, so it was behind the Audi, the Lambo, the Porsche and the Vet. Looking good here.
32 degrees track temperature, by the way. 24.5 degrees air temperature. You can see it is very overcast, but there is 0% chance of rain. Now, David was in a race earlier this week where it did rain, despite having 0% chance of rain, but...
Yeah, correct.
It's a long shot, and even if it does rain, it would be minimal.
I don't think it rained. I think it had rained beforehand, so the track had a little bit of moisture on it.
Agard continues again, or improves again, sorry. It's now well clear of the rest. 6.5 tenths clear of the next AM, and 7.5 tenths clear of the next Pro-Am.
No, that was something I'd like to see from iRacing more. 0% chance of rain, yeah? 100%. No, 0% chance. But the track's going to be soaking wet when you get there, or maybe it won't. Because an hour ago, or 2 hours ago, or 3 hours ago, before we even discussed your race, it rained. That'd be great.
So you wouldn't want to know that?
No, I mean, we don't know that. For special events, we do. But for your average hourly official, you're only told the chance of rain from start time onwards.
Well, are you, though?
Yeah.
Or does it take into consideration the 2 hours before? Does that percentage?
I don't think so. I don't know, though. Because chance of rain and it had rain is...
I guess you must be right, because obviously it had rained, clearly.
Correct,
and it said 0%, so no, you must be right, yeah. A little bit of sun now. Ryan Walker across the line. Starts in the lap.
To ride on board with the Ford as it can eat that inside curb, which he avoided. So here, I prefer the option of getting slowed down nice and early and apexing and throttling before you touch that apex. Cutting this curb here, which you have to be careful in the Lambo and Porsche. It's actually quite easy to bottom out there, whereas something like the Audi and these cars, it's fine to just cut it. And obviously you want to get far left for the shortest line. Spot your braking point, which in quali you can go a little deeper because you ain't got to worry about the tyres, just before the blue and white curbing. Turning nice and late, nice and slowly. He has gone very deep. Very deep. Yeah. Okay, so this section's flat. You can clip the curb as long as you're comfortable, but it doesn't really gain or lose you anything. I like to clip it. It goes around. Lift on halfway through the blue curb in there. You want to get your left side tyres on the blue, throttle out, let it track out, and then touch this curb upshift and flick it right. And I like using the red curb. I like hitting it to straighten the car, which he does as well. Here you just want to brake a teeny bit, not really anything. Well, we did an awkward upshift there. That's not a bit awkward, but it's fine. So it's pulled it off. Here you want to do your shifts late because you don't want the towel to snap out. Push it and let it track onto the green. And cut this insanely much. Oh no, because you want to be a lot further. Oh, he's gone far left, but he's left it quite late to steer, which is going to make him very towel happy through here. But not a bad line. Not a bad line. See what that lap time is.
Seems like it was another 1x. So
Yeah,
it's very anticlimactic.
This Ford can slap the T1 curb. You can just, it isn't there. That's the best description. Maybe it was just the apex set, but I couldn't believe it.
So Vist just improved up into second position. We're yet to get a lap time from championship leader Sergio Abaye, but I believe that is because Abaye, I think, has a qualifying ban for this round of the season. So he will not be able to set a time, will Sergio, which will put him well at the back of the order, so a bit of catching up for him to do. Good news for Agard, who's the only man to get into the 37s. Vist not really improving on this lap. You can see the orange sectors for him. He did improve, so it was only a better final sector for him. But yeah, he did manage to shave another 10th or so off. He remains in provisional P2.
Yeah, overall qualifying's not been its usual high standard. We're seeing a lot of fouled laps, a lot of off-track laps. The grid's a little mixed up, but we'll see if the pros can fare a little better. Do we normally have the deltas at the bottom? Because it looks awesome. It's giving me that Formula 1 vibe, you know.
Yes, yeah.
Obviously, I suppose it pays dividends more at this track with a few sectors.
Yeah, when we go to like Sebring and then 7, then yeah, it's a bit much.
It's a cologram, yeah. Seeing the Audis on top at the moment.
Yeah, they are looking good. Racing Lab Esports and ATRT at the top.
So these guys get until the... Yeah, they've got a few more seconds, right?
Yeah, so this is Agard's last lap.
Yeah, okay.
But it's not looking particularly good for him. Not bad sectors. I mean, if he can really pull out a fantastic final sector here, this could be an improvement for Agard, but you can see for yourself, everyone putting in yellow sectors so far on their laps.
I'm seeing Ryan Walker 4.2k. I assume he's got a lot of iRating since the start of the season, because the cut-off's surely a lot lower than that. Or am I wrong for Pro-Am?
I can have a look.
Seems high, right?
I think it's 4K.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is not getting much.
But no, it is 4.5. 4.5.
Oof.
As Camphius, in his second race, moves up to P3. It's a Dutch 2-3 right now.
I need to be careful. That Pro moniker's moving and moving and moving and moving. I'm not driving Pro-Am.
Mola for ATRT moves ahead of his teammate Vist. Of course, Mola was on overall pole just 2 weeks ago, or well, 4 weeks ago now. 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. At Nürburgring. But unfortunately got wiped out at turn 1 by De Molina. He took advantage of the rain in that occasion. This time he's in provisional P2, albeit one would assume he will drop a fair bit lower down once these pro drivers who are now entering the circuit set the lap times they're capable of.
Yeah, let's see how close they can get to Agard. Agard pulled out an impressive 4 and a bit tenths to his fellow Pro-Am competitors, which is a decent effort. Actually, yeah, if these are similar to official temps, I think my my PB was a 37.6, so yeah, they're really close. I have the stress of stream and chat. And so
I mean, it's not the same thing.
Correct, yeah. So
I think you could probably take a good 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, thank you, yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
We've actually got more pro drivers than any other class. We've only got 13 drivers who have set time so far, but I think we've got over 13 pro drivers out on track right now. So expect to see that board drastically change. Agard may not even end up in the top 10, albeit I think he will. I think he will probably be in somewhere between maybe 5th and 9th, I reckon. Mola as well, of course, improved late on in that previous qualifying stint. Schwab currently P5, top of the amateurs right now.
Clouds do look good, don't they? Game's come a long way over the years. It's a pretty busy grandstand considering we've got just GT3s going around in qualifying. That's a really good turnout.
The one that I really dislike about that one is Daytona, when like the Daytona stands are full.
Oh yeah.
Or like, I don't know, the entirety of the Daytona 24. And it's not very realistic. But yeah, they're a little bit sportsy in qualifying, but once we get to the race in 9 minutes time, those stands will be absolutely packed.
Yeah, they're getting crisps and drink and burgers, mate.
A B3 moves into P3, Tailman P2, so no one's beating Agard for now.
Well, in 3rd, Rousseff 5th, very tight times. Yeah, so they beat, so 4 in a row beating the Pro-Ams, but apart from Agard.
Andrew Fairley letting us know in chat, bottled every lap. It's a shame,
It is
Andrew.
a shame.
Yeah, you could have been probably up there, I think.
What car's Fairley in? Oh, the vet.
But you are not the only one, Andrew, to make those mistakes.
Did a 4. A 37.4. Or 38.4. So I say 37.4 is rapid.
Could have been different track temperatures, but although I don't know, it's 24.5 now. It's probably not that much different. It's getting a little bit warmer out there right now. It gets 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Sim.
Yeah, I was just saying, Andrew, I didn't mind the vet here this week. I bopped all the cars. I spend like 5-6 hours every week testing them all. I actually went quite faster in the vet than the Ferrari this week, but it was an Audi Lambo track for me, and the Porsche not far behind.
Anders Meyer setting a very good lap at the moment. He was the fastest man in practice, was Anders. Yet to put in a lap, but he is coming to the end of his lap, as are many others. Here he is in the forward. You can see a purple second sector for him. Is this going to be good enough for provisional pole? A B3 good enough for second. Meyer good enough for second as well. They get closer to Agard, but still no one can leapfrog him.
My 6 is holding all right, actually. Should have been more confident.
Van der Nesse moves up to P6. Only 2 tenths off. Van der Nesse, of course, in stunning form when it comes to qualifying in recent times. Has taken the last 4 pro pole positions as Van der Nesse. But of course, Udod had that stat in the abs and it ended today. And maybe Van der Nesse's run will end today as well.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, still to play for. It's actually really tight times. I mean, 3 tenths separating the top 8. Very impressive. Still some drivers still to set a faster lap. I'm just looking down. We've got Vin Glynn down in 21st. We expect him to go a lot quicker. Philip Answell go a lot quicker. Danny Neo, who do you say got a quali ban?
No, Neo, all the pros, none of the pros have quali bans. The only drivers who have got quali bans are Carbonari and your friend and mine, Sergio Bayo.
Right. So the Racing Lab Esports team is out qualifying the Racing Lab Esports powered by Ford team. AGARD for promotion. Got a Danny Rick situation going on here.
Oh yeah, no, it's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got Racing Lab, Delachaz. So 2 teams dominating the top 5 right now.
You got to get the call now. You've been chosen to drive for the team. Brilliant. You have to drive the Ford. No, I'll stay in the AM team. Keep my Audi, thank you. Well, unless they can do a powered by Audi.
Yeah, they need to hit up some dealerships, see what they can do with that. Eric Josh in 13th place as it stands. Only 6/10 off, so he doesn't need a big improvement in order to get up there. He's just starting a lap. Alexis Field, by the way, is just at a personal best sector 2, but it's an on and out lap, which is an interesting way to do your out lap. Yep. Very much not holding back. In Glenn moves up to P14.
Yep, stellar improvement.
And David
Schilling, 7th actually. So we've got 2 ADX teams out there as well, ADX Racing Esports and ADX Motorsport. They're the same team, right?
Sorry, ADX.
ADX Racing Esports and ADX Motorsport.
Yes, they must be the same team.
We're spotting a lot of new things today.
I don't know why they're not named the same, though. But, yep. So, Tellman, what is this lap like? Not a personal best sector 1, but it was a very good second sector. This could be an improvement. I doubt this will be good enough for pole, but I dare say he might be able to shave off a few hundredths. And he does shave off a few hundredths, and it gets him ahead of his teammate Abithi for P3. He is going to tow back. Does he have enough time? He's got 3 minutes 20 to go. I think he's just going to be short. I don't think he'll have enough time. He is on pit exit. Maybe he'll make it, but it will be exceptionally close. As Chris van der Nesse, looking for his 5th consecutive pole, does move in to provisional pole by 3/4 of a tenth.
In a Porsche as well. Brilliant stuff. Yeah, he's going to be very strong for the race. I mean, with a Pro-Am in P2. And who was it that didn't get the lap in? Sergio Abayo?
Yeah, well, he had a qualifying ban.
Ah. Oh, no, it was UDOD. Sorry, that's the name I was looking for.
UDOD didn't have
so the Walk Racing Esports team not having a good day.
Yeah.
27 and 28, I see him. Oh, I was just about to say, when are we going to see Philip set a lap? And there you go, P11. And he has time to finish this one. Hopefully he's got enough fuel.
Top Lambo.
Yep.
And last Lambo.
Wow. And Lambo's the car here this week. I mean, I chose Audi, but Lambo's the car this week.
Yeah. With no personal bests on this lap, this is... He's left himself a lot to do. He's about a 10.5 down on the lap he needs for pole. He could sneak ahead of AGARD if it's a stunning final sector. He has got 1 more lap to go, though. It's about a 1 minute 37 lap here. And he's got 1 minute 48. What is this time for him? It is enough for 2nd place. So it was a very good final sector. But like I said before, he was a 10.5 down with a sector to go. He got a 10th of that back, but still fell just short.
And he's put that powered by Ford stamp back in the correct place. AGARD promotion has stopped. The Delatraz team looking very good. 4, 5, and 6. Lucas Talman, Abitso, and Alexisville very looking like they were well prepared. See what Philip can do here. Looking good.
Yeah, 2 personal bests.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good lap, actually. This is going to be really good for Ansel. This could be 2nd row.
Not his best last sector, though.
Yeah. Ended up set...
Yeah, he dropped...
What?
10th
Oh, no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong driver. But, no, yeah, he dropped... Yeah, that would have been a really good lap. Would have been an amazing lap. because he was faster than Maya, I think, through the first 2 sectors.
Yeah.
It was just the last sector that let him down. So that had potential for Ansel. I mean, we say just the last sector, but like that is where like most of the corners are.
Can we see a walk team get out of the no queue spot? There is no walk drivers with a lap set at the moment.
Well, he's barely got enough time to complete this one, right? I'm not sure if he'll make it.
I don't think he will, no.
Needs to be some final sector.
Oh no, it looks like he's gonna scrape it.
Oh, I don't know. It's going to be so close.
No, he'll make it. That is close though. 2.
Yeah, 2 seconds to go. Where does it put him?
What?
Oh, come on. It wasn't even a lap. What a dreadful time for walk racing. They're pretty much last 3 drivers.
Yep, 3 drivers, all with no queue lap set.
Yeah, one of them with a quali ban. UDOD set 4 laps, they were all invalidated. And then Neo set 5 laps and they were all invalidated.
Delete that setup and put on fixed, I would, for the race.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it hasn't served them well so far. Maybe incidents might be a factor. Remember, we've got 20 of them for the drivers over the course of each of the races. First up, we've got a 25-minute race 1, and here is the grid for it, set by the qualifying times. And it's Van Nesse on pole for the 5th consecutive time ahead of championship rival Anders Meyer. Then it's Agard, who needs a big result, and that is exactly what he needed, up on the second row of the grid alongside last week's winner, or 2 weeks ago winner, Telman. Then it's Ubithu, Veal, Ansel, Rosseth, Schilling, Delgado rounding out the top 10. Then it's Mola, who's 2nd place out of the Prams. Hortz in 12th place at his home circuit alongside his fellow countrymen Trosh and Hooper. Then it's Vist, then it's Glenn, Kleinecht, Camphius, Schwab, Zilk, Fairley, Weston, Broderick and Walker. 4 Brits in a row there. Then it's Hodgson, Syme, Danielson, Abayo, who had a qualifying ban, Udod, who is the amateur championship leader, Carbonai, who had a qualifying ban, Vilt, and Neo. Rounding out 32 drivers tonight.
Yeah, great attendance.
And this is a new gridding up spot, actually. Usually they grid up just before the staging section, but yeah, they've gridded up much earlier, which must be a new thing for iRacing. But a quick shout out as well to one of our main sponsors for this series, Apex Racing Academy. Of course, if you want to get setups and track guides and data packs for these GT3 cars, as well as many others on iRacing, do check out apexracingac.com. And of course, do check out the Apex Racing Academy social media as well, because those bops that David was mentioning earlier on, we do them for the GT3 and the GTP cars each week, and you can check out the bops at the start of each official week by following our social media, and it can be a very useful resource to pick the right car for that week. Have you, I mean, I guess you've been racing this circuit this week, right? But
I have,
did you notice the different formation that starting? Because it used to be here.
Mate, on my outlap, I'm always just chatting away. I never notice when I start. I just put my foot down when it goes green.
They changed it for Imola as well. Imola it used to be between Alta and Rivazza, whereas now it's before Acquaminerale.
Yeah, no, I agree. I did feel like it had a tweak. I feel like that's a trend nowadays, that they're starting to change things and not put it in the patch notes. Because I swear I read the patch notes all the time to stay apprised of everything that's happening. But yeah, I'm starting to see things creep in that I didn't know about. Nice busy grid.
And of course, it's the top 10 who get inverted for race 2, so it's really important for who can finish in that top 10. The man who starts in 10th place is Delgado, so that is a coveted place, but will be a tricky one to hold on to, especially seeing that he's on the even side of the grid. So here we go then. Van der Nesse with his 5th consecutive pole position, looking to get a race win once again, and away we launch now. It's a decent start for Mai. He'll be able to hang on to 2nd place. Already the Delchaz car's trying to move forward, so that's Agard on the inside, but swooping around the outside went Lucas Telman, who I think managed to move up into 3rd place. Good start for Ving Glenn. There has been a setback for Aaron Broderick. I think he's the man who has caused a little bit of smoke in the background there, but Agard has been overtaken by Telman already, and some good work there from the Delchaz automotive driver.
And now it's about to kick off. This is the point. Now, this is also Van der Nesse's most crucial part of his race, because that Ford is going to be much quicker than him in straight line. So if he can defend this, he can just use the pace of the car to get the job done.
Here it comes for the lead.
Yeah. It's left space around the outside. Okay, so yeah, I think the Porsche should be able to defend this. That was a good job by Van der Nesse, very crucial.
Yeah, he's just going to be able to edge his nose ahead now as Van der Nesse at the inside line for the left-hander. But it's not necessarily over and done with, because the Mustang will stay on the outside, get earlier on the power, and it looks like Anders Meyer is going to take the lead. Van der Nesse going to try to cut back underneath.
Switchback.
The top two in the championship going alongside on this first lap of the race. Tellman is close right up to the back of these drivers now, so they've got to be wary, because Tellman is usually one who is willing to go for a move. This time he plays a bit of a conservative game, also having to run a little bit wide there. A-guard to fend off the attacking Abithi in 4th and 5th places. You may have seen Ryan Walker. He was the one who spun off on the exit of turn 4 earlier on in the lap, and we've also had Andrew Fairley and Robin Viss drop to the back. Also, Michael Hooper has now had a setback, and there he is on the track strip.
Yeah, it's easy to... Ooh, on cold tyres, it's easy to lose it there if you bump the... unload one of your tyres on the curb. Oh, and that's Danny Neo off. What's happened there? It's a strange place to be off the track. Unless he's dropped it on the left-hand side and come flying across the track. But yeah, like I said, it does make good door-to-door race in the stadium section. We'll fill it with a really good exit. Talman's going to defend.
That's Abithi.
Yep, that's what I meant. I was just testing you.
Thank you. And yeah, he might be able to come back here, Abithi. And so we'll have a chance either way on the outside. Bit of contact between the two of them. Also running wide, I think in the back one was Hort. He's very slow coming out of the hairpin. But it looks like, at the moment, that Abithi's going to be able to keep this position despite this onslaught. Of course, last time out we saw Van der Nesse not be able to take the position from this place, but Ansel's being a fair bit more aggressive than he was on that occasion, and actually might be able to edge his car ahead, but he's still not 100% clear. Now he is, and Ansel is up into 5th.
You could say he went very fiercely forward, mate. No laughter? Oh, it's really quiet in here in the stadium.
Not laughter.
Porsche having a look there, couldn't quite stabilise it in time. Porsche looks very unsettled. Oh, wait. I thought the Mercedes had stopped for it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the Merc looked a little awkward there. I don't know if... I doubt it was a slowdown, but he just... to me, it looked like he checked up, and... yeah, then these two cars have come round, and there's a... very slow Mercedes. I don't know. It might have been nothing. It might have been the camera angle, but it just looked like the Merc was going very slow.
Disappointing that for the battle to end that way as well. You know, you just have a little bit of door-to-door contact. And unfortunately, they bounce off one another. And the inside driver goes spinning off. Meyer pulling away slightly out to the lead. Now up to 0.77. If anything, Tellman might be the second fastest man here. But he is stuck behind the Porsche, which isn't exactly the most likely car to be able to pull off an overtake as well.
Okay, some replays coming in hot. We got the opening T1. Couldn't get my words out there.
Great move here from Tellman around the outside.
Yeah, for sure.
And good respectful driving as well. That was Broderick, who I think was spinning in the background.
Oh. Yeah, Philip is able to be very late on the brakes, it seems, in quite a few corners. He's using that to his advantage.
Yeah, this is Philip getting past, it was Philip getting past Bile. And then here was the move from Meyer.
Yeah, it lasted quite a few corners, some clever driving, a switchback. But yeah, all got a bit too close near the end.
Yeah, got the cut back nicely, he did Van Nesse, but it wasn't quite enough to get himself ahead.
Yeah, I think this is where he backed down from it. Once Tallman started to get into the fight, he realised there was bigger problems right now. Oh,
so that's Klein next making, maybe Klein next. It was one of the Nürburgring esports drivers. and that was Vist going into the wall. And this is Danny Neo just being
tagged.
Yeah.
By an awful rejoin. That, it was just kind. I don't think the Merc was going slow. It's just the way the camera pans, I think.
So still Meyer leading the way then, 1.1 seconds is the gap. And Tailman, I mean, it's quite a queue right now behind Van der Nesse. Quite the queue. Really, you can go all the way back to, frankly, Joel Kleineck back in 13th place.
Yeah.
Who are all in a train. Not necessarily being held back, but all in the draft one, I think.
Yeah, Anders has done a really good job. Obviously, it's not a fuel-saving event, this one. They can sprint it to the finish. Unless you did bring enough fuel, then, yeah, fuel save a little bit.
Yeah, of course, it is 5 minutes more race 2, so you need to make sure that you put in a few more litres. Or just, you know, put 30 minutes of fuel in race 1 and then you
No,
can't
Sam,
mess up.
we don't do that. We'd rather make the mistake. I like that livery. I'd rather make the mistake.
You'd rather make the mistake.
Yeah, I'm not carrying
Well,
5 litres.
Well,
so.
of course, we do need to remember, of course, that that was your downfall at Brands Hatch in the season that you did, that where you did have to suddenly realise, oh no, it's 5 minutes longer. I need a different setup, and you missed the start. So you're happy that you did that rather than lose 200ths a lap.
Correct.
Race 1.
I take it on the chin. I learnt a lot that day. The Ford's going to get involved here. Yep. It's a drag race, so the Ford will win this nicely. Going to get slowed down. This is going to get awkward quick.
Oh!
The Ford.
And here comes the Porsche as well. Carbonari had a qualifying ban.
The Ford was really brave closing the line there. It wasn't completely sharp, but 99.9%.
How far can Carbonari get? He's got 2 of them. Can he get a third?
I thought he was going to dive it 3 wide. I honestly thought he was going to dive it 3 wide. Oh, no.
Oh, there's been a collision further up. Tellman and Van der Nesse have collided, and they're still not separated from one another. This is bad news for the 2nd and 3rd place men in the Pro Championship, who are being preoccupied by one another rather than fighting the overall cause. And, well, it seems to have already got personal between the 2 of them. It could get more personal yet. Tillman had got past, I believe, at the turn 6 hairpin, and now they're still making contact.
They are one, not making contact. They'd become one for sure. I want to see what happened. We know, I mean, Tauman is an aggressive driver, not in a bad way, but he is aggressive. He leaves 0.99 of a car width in most races.
Oh, just like that. Well, they can't afford to have any more collisions, otherwise they'll be outside the top 10. At least with this, they'll be in a good place for race 2, but it's really not what they need when they're making up a championship deficit.
There's a Merc back there as well. Gets to show off its top speed in a minute on the Audi. Let's see if I'm right.
Yeah, it's Eric Trosh.
Yeah, Trosh is going to... Yeah, there's nothing the Audi can do there. Yep, nicely done. Oh, good Lord. I think it's just the camera right where they're still under braking.
So here's the Tellman instant. So already... Oh, it's just a bit of glue.
Yeah, it wasn't on anyone. They're both... Let's see. No. No. Nothing there. Just, what's the phrase? Racing instant. Yeah, hard racing.
Ansel momentarily was ahead of Agart earlier on this lap. I think he just sent it at the hairpin, overshot it.
He has seemed confident on the brakes. We've seen a few times where he's just gone deep, and it looks like almost a mistake, but he seems very confident to brake quite hard at this track.
Because he looked really good in qualifying, was on for a lap, which would have put him on the 2nd row of the grid earlier on Ansel, but couldn't set a strong enough final sector.
Whoa, what is the off-track limit?
20.
Oh, okay, they're fine. Oh, Philip on dial out internet there for a little bit.
Welcome to Thomas Hansen in chat.
Hello, Thomas. I imagine that's good evening in
Norwegian?
yeah, I was gonna say Swedish to cheer him up, but
So Agard a bit more comfortable after that failed overtake from Ansel 1 lap previous. Yeah, there are battles really down to about 13th place, and then it gets fairly spread out after that. Currently leader of the Prams obviously is Agard, second place is Mola. Leader of the AMS is Tom Weston, who's having a very good time of it. He's overtaken Hendrik Zilk and is up 5 places from his original starting spot. Bio, by the way, of course, who had a qualifying ban, up 12 places into P16. He's recovered very well.
yep. Okay, this is the Ansel overshoot that Sam guessed. Let's see.
Oh, it wasn't exactly how I imagined it, but somehow there were no position changes there.
Oh yeah, so yeah, Philip's just locked up and gone straight.
Oh, he's lucky not to have his front wheel caved in by that. That was a bit of bad contact.
Thomas has translated for us. I was close. I honestly thought it was good evening in. Yeah, but it's not. It's Go Norway. There you go. And it's more of a 3.5 second lead to his teammate Agard. Obviously capitalising on the Tauman Nesse battle, that incident that happened. Eric Rousseff up 2 positions. Oh, wait. Oh,
Ansel's really, yeah.
Internet struggling.
Broadband.
Yeah, Rousseff not having the race that we usually expect him to have. Qualified 8th, he's up to 6 now. See what he can do. And Schwab with the camera as well, with his standout green headset. He's having a time of it with Hooper and Simon. They're battling for the 21st spot, 3 of them.
I think Marlin's team needs to get a new acronym.
It's a long one, isn't it?
I mean, thank goodness it is an acronym. Otherwise...
Do you know what it stands for?
Well, it stands for a lot of words. I don't know what the words are, but
Thank you for explaining what an acronym means. No, I'm really...
No, like, what I mean by I'm glad that it's an acronym is that, yeah, that's a lot of letters. But, like, yeah, I don't know what it stands for. No idea.
Okay.
There's some battle going on in front, but not anymore. And Marlin maybe picked the wrong way, but I think he's got through either way. And,
now, I'm not sure if that was... Because obviously that corner's so easy to drop it, unfortunately, or if it was a bit of both, a little bit of contact and the downshift. You know, the car just unloads. Oh,
no, Mola from a position that would have got him in the top 10 reverse.
Yeah, I think he was 9th or 10th.
Yeah, I think he was just behind Vandenesse, wasn't he?
Yeah.
There was also a change of position. I think Veal got past Ubithi. Yes, yeah. He was much faster in Sector 1. So.
Newbie2B in chat. Let's go Agard, close the gap. Yeah, we're all rooting for the Racing Lab Esports powered by Audi division. There's our leaders. So in Pro, it's Anders Meyer. In Pro-Am, it's... I was scrolling down. Nicholas Agard. And in Am is Tom Weston. Actually, Tom's had a good season, if I remember rightly. I don't know where he's in the points, but he has had a good season. Got some more Racing Lab fans in chat.
Tom Weston. I mean, I don't like to disagree with you, David, but you can see for yourself.
Oh, okay. That's not a good field. All right, some more replays. Oh.
Wow.
Let's see what happened to Artem.
It's so narrow here.
Oh, what? I didn't even see how the Merc spun.
Was that netcode?
I don't know. Whoa, someone's coming in.
So that was Broderick.
Yeah, Broderick spun. And let's see here. This is a bit strange.
I think that's going to be Neo's fault, unfortunately. I still don't know how that orange car got involved. But...
Oh.
And then this was the instant we just saw.
Yeah. Okay, so what happened to Mola?
Oh, so Mola hit the back of the car ahead and round.
Yes, indeed. Right, nice battle here, but it's hard to out-drag a Merc even in a Ferrari. Mola going for a move. Mola, sorry. Ansel going for a move on Agard. Yeah, he's done it. He's been looking fast all race.
Not much resistance there from Agard. Remember, they do score points for that overall position, so this does matter.
10 positions up on his nearest competitor, and that's not even a competitor for points, is it?
Yeah, Campius isn't in the championship battle,
Yeah,
but he needs to get as many points as he can back on a bio. But it's probably the wise decision. I mean, if he fights, then he's going to invite all the Chelsea cars.
Yeah, and you don't really want to overheat your tyres at this track. It does make it exponentially more difficult. We've got another Racing Lab esports supporter, Rudy, in chat. Popular team. Well, they're all nice guys. Anders Meyer, Eric Seth, and God, Tom. Sorry for the commentator's jinx, mate. I shouldn't have singled him out.
No. Well, yes. Yeah.
Talking about esport racing, I watched Turbo last night. I haven't seen that in many years.
And I've heard it's really bad.
Oh yeah, it's a kids movie, but you know, if you want to watch a Snow compete in the Indy 500,
well, you can't say that. We're Studio Ghibli fans.
Yes, correct. Yeah, correct. But that's not a kids show.
Sure, no, yeah, it's yeah.
So thank you. But yeah, the Snow did well in the Indy 500.
I know that he wins. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to spoil it for you because I know he was.
But yeah, he wins the Indy 500.
Yeah. Brilliant stuff. Oh, are we going to see a late 3 move here? Yep. Oh
no. Oh, the 284 is going to... Wow. Well, that was... that went remarkably well, considering.
Yeah, I don't even know if a replay would help with that. I'm not sure what that was. I don't know if a contact caused them to have issues with their braking. Or, yeah, but it looked like a forced 3 wide is the problem. Looks like the Porsche is staying well out of that, mate. Yeah, he's got quite significant front damage by the looks of it. Although he is going to get an exit. But I think he's a bit down on straight line. Let's see. Okay, just looking at the gaps. Train behind Philip all the way down to P8, Van der Nesse. Van der Nesse still behind Taumann. Taumann, I mean, they're 3 very fast drivers, though. 6, 7, and 8. Rousseff, Taumann, and Van der Nesse. Oh, and is Joel serving a drive-through while screaming Sam's name? Yep.
You can almost hear him.
Another fan of Sam. Okay, on he goes.
Yeah, I can get a decent race as well, Joel. I think it was maybe up to, what, P12?
But no, actually, for the race length, I think you've been kind, to be honest. I've never said that about your instant,
yeah.
Ever. I think if it's, what is it, 25 minutes, 20x? Yeah, that's fine. Deal with it.
Yeah, between Ansel and Meyer staying very similar.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing on. Catching would be one thing, overtaking would be, yeah, nowhere near enough time for a gap like that at this track. Because Anders can chill now, just not put too much heat through his tyres, and then if Philip was to catch him, he'd no way be able to pass the Ford. It is a weapon.
Tellman's almost caught to the back of the Seth now.
This Syme Walker battle seems to be kicking off. I've seen them change position a few times in the last 2 laps. Yeah, that is quite the train behind Philip. Not caused by his pace, just caused by that being the position most changed. But yeah, credit to him. Philip up 5 positions. Obviously Van der Nesse down 7 from that instant with Taumann. Taumann down 3. Okay, replays coming in. Oh, so this is the corner I talked about as well. Literally, so easy. Well, I tell you what, I've just changed my opinion completely.
I'm blaming the Nürburgring.
It was the Nürburgring Esports just going, where are you going? You're just hitting the fender of the Merc. The Merc was over enough to leave gap for the outside car.
I think, yeah, it's sort of, I think he's trying to box him in. Like, I think he's trying to give so little room on the left that he's like, well, you can't, you have to brake early. You're not going to get into a clean space.
Yeah, no, that
when
was...
in reality, you got to be a bit more.
I thought it was a forced free wide, but seeing from that angle, no way. That was definitely on the Nürburgring Esports car.
This might be a double overtake here. That was Syme and Wilt. Wilt looks like he's going to get both these drivers in about a corner.
And let's see, we're on board with the Altitude Esports blue car of Ryan Walker in the Ford, but it looks like a very underpowered Ford, or he just didn't get on the throttle early. The vet's going to lob it. No, just focus on his exit, try and get a clean off, and I think he can get the Porsche. Yeah, nicely done.
Wilt has already had a pit stop, by the way. It's on lap 1 for repairs. Walker has not had a pit stop. Neither has Syme. But they do find themselves over 50 seconds off the lead with 3 minutes of the race to go. They will not be within the reverse grid. It's only in the top 10. So at the moment, it would be David Schilling on pole position. Who started out the season really strong, did Schilling. Fighting for top 5s consistently. Hasn't quite been able to back up that form since. But I wouldn't put it past him hanging on to maybe a podium should he start on pole position. He's still got a hold off Felix Hortz and also Stephen Campius.
Yep, Eric Trosch here defending from David Schilling. Oh, Joshua Syme has just dropped 3 or 4 positions, yeah. Not sure what happened. He's towed or pitted.
That's a lot of damage. Definitely towed.
Whoa, look at that picture. I like
really
that.
Good.
I like that tux.
A great Photoshop skills as well. Because that's not easy with that hair necessarily. But he's really been able to cut out it well.
Yep. I just love the bow tie.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And blue's quite a statement.
Walker passing Wilt then. Wilt
Yeah.
not putting up much fight. I think he may have just been involved in that collision with Syme. So he might be a bit wary.
Here's what happened. Oh,
no, so it was all
Oh,
it was all Wilt.
yeah, he just completely dropped the car on the curb. That's what it looks like to me. I don't think he moved across to be defensive. I think he dropped it on the curb. And I mean, same, right? The rule. Just because you didn't mean to do it doesn't mean like, nah, you're fine, mate. Don't worry about it. We won't penalise you. But no intent.
So Schilling on that last lap lost 700ths to Hortz behind, so he can afford to stay behind. This will be the penultimate lap of the race. They will get in one more lap after this one.
It's not going to be an easy move to make, though. The Merc is no slouch in a straight line.
Well, I don't think he wants to make the move, though. I mean, he's on reverse grid pole right now. I'd rather have reverse grid pole and lose 2 points than be... Because you don't even want to be second place on the grid. If anything, third place on the grid can be better. First place is such a jump, especially around this circuit.
True. Yeah, but you got to believe you can win the race. Otherwise, go for this one position.
Sure, yeah.
But the Merc's not going to be easy to overtake. And we know Eric Trosch is he's a fast guy, so it's not going to be easy.
Just the one Pro-Am in the reverse grid spots. Agard will be starting in P8 should it end like this. Sergio Bayer had a bit of a setback, I think. I feel like he may have got ahead of Mola, but then dropped back behind. He is still the joint highest gainer. Him and Carbonari, who both had qualifying bans, have both gone up 13 places.
Oh,
As Schilling has
lost it.
a slide, and that will ruin any chances of him getting P9 if he wants it anyway. And it puts Hortz now only half a second behind in that fight for the last reverse grid spot place.
Yeah, I think Agard would have probably been on for a 5th here with obviously Taumann and Van der Nesse. But yeah, looking very strong. A well-executed race and qualifying so far.
Michael Hooper in the pits. I assume going over the instant.
On white flag. Can we see a resurgence from Seth here, or is it just following? Cooler can set up.
Well, of course, he famously had the Santa Claus
Right.
behind him
Of course.
in back in January. We are getting into the final few corners of the race then. 5 seconds is the gap. It's been one of Anders Meyer's easier race wins. It's been a little while actually since he took his last race win, Anders Meyer.
He executed brilliantly on lap 1. Brilliant overtake. Really well, you know, door-to-door battle between them was very respectful, and he got the job done.
It's going to be his first win since Daytona over a month ago, but he's done it, and that will extend his championship lead. Anders Meyer for Racing Lab Esports, powered by Ford, takes it. Abithu gets past Veal there.
Wow.
That's clearly tactical. It is a strange one. They are in the same team, and Abithu isn't really in the championship fight, but maybe for P3 in the championship, perhaps he's got a better shot.
Impressive drive from Philip Answer there. I thought we, yeah, up 5 positions. Difficult race, but made it look easy.
Very good performance. I think he's best of the season. Top of the Prams, obviously, was Agard. Top of the AMs, Hendrik Zilk, who lost the amateur lead, but then was able to retake it when Tom Weston had issues. Weston actually ended up in a very close second place, despite his spin earlier on in the race. But yeah, that was pretty dominant there from Meyer. Do you think, had we not had that incident earlier on in the race between Telman and Van den Nesse, do you think either of them would have been able to mount a challenge, or do you think Anders looked too strong?
Anders looked too strong. It came down to lap 1 hairpin and all the door-to-door stuff. But yeah, once their tyres were out the fresh wind, I think Anders would have controlled that. No knock on Van den Nesse, but obviously that Porsche, what I shouted was at the beginning, he had to come out of that hairpin in the lead.
Sure.
Van den Nesse could have won the race if he had, but he's not fighting the Ford.
So let's have a look at those results then. And of course, it's very important for the race 2 as well, because Meyer manages to win out 5 seconds ahead of Ansel and Agard. But 10th place was David Schilling. He held on by some 9/10 of a second over Finn Hort. And so Schilling will be on reverse grid pole. That means that Van den Nesse and Telman will be 3rd and 4th, respectively, on the grid. So, I mean, is it going to be Van den Nesse versus Telman for the race 2 win?
It's going to be exciting, yeah. Let's see. We know Telman's got pace, but Van den Nesse's definitely got a point to prove here. But you can't rule him out. Like, I know Agard gave that position up quite easily, but he's also rapid. If you give him the chance to take the lead at the beginning, he's also going to capitalise. It's going to be nice to see Rasef try and come through. I mean, yeah, this is what we like, reverse top 10s, right?
Definitely. Tom Weston saying in chat, gutted, I threw that one away. The Fezzer is so hard to race at this circuit. Shameful that one, Tom. But you've got a very good chance at maybe the race win in race 2 with your starting position. Of course, another sponsor for this series and for this broadcast is VRS. And a reminder that, of course, VRS have their summer sale in progress at the moment, where you can get 30% off selected VRS products. And to purchase those products, you should go to apexracingsim.com. Go over there and you can see the VRS summer sale in progress, and you can get the VRS wheel and wheelbase and pedals as well for a discounted price. So do check out that at apexracingsim.com.
Yes, indeed.
We're just in a 3-minute warm-up. We've got 1 more minute of warm-up to go before we'll be ready for race 2.
All right, to Tom's message then, just pull those downshifts later, mate. Delay those downshifts, especially in that where you dropped it. If you'd have just waited a week to downshift, you'd have stabilised the car much easier.
So that would have been a second gear corner. I guess he would have been going down to a niche.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's the car unloads anyway, and the tyres are hot from all the previous couple of corners, and Tom with the joke. Yeah, just pull that second really late. You'd rather understeer than drop the rear.
Absolutely. Of course, me and David will also be back in about, because we've got this race, don't go away yet, but it will be back in an hour and 10 as well for the late Apex, so do check that out a little bit later on as well from 10 PM British summer time, and we'll be discussing everything going on in the world of sim racing, including Moser's extensive releases when it comes to sim racing equipment. Of course, what's going on over at ESL R1 in Saudi Arabia when it comes to Apex Racing Team, and everything that else is happening. But the warm-up is complete, and we will go over to the grid then for this second race. Just a minute for the drivers to grid up, and there it is, shitting on pole, Josh, and Nesse and Telman, and of course the race 1 winner, Anders Meyer, down in 10th.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good battle. They know they need to get a lot done on lap 1. It's your best opportunity. Yeah, Sergio Bai a bit further up here in the Walk Esports car. See what he can do. But yeah, the torrid time in qualifying, so it doesn't ring well, because yeah, Udod didn't make much of an impression either in 29th finishing. Danny Neo 30th, so definitely not Walk's day today.
No, yeah, Neo got involved right from the start. I think Udod had his own separate incident as well on lap 1. So Artem Udod's amateur championship lead could well be being decreased tonight. Has a huge margin anyway. I say huge margin actually. It's not as big as a buy as in the Pro-Ams, but it's still fairly sizable for Udod. He certainly won't lose the championship lead tonight, but it will be cut down should Zilk be able to get another strong result.
Something I just noticed, Aaron Broderick was our first spinner of the race. So last by some margin and finished 3rd in AMS.
Yeah, it was a good effort, yeah. Tom Weston did not take the grid.
Ah, I meant late downshift, not late register.
Yeah.
I didn't say it wrong, did I? I have.
We'll have to watch back the broadcast. It sounded correct, but you know, people can misinterpret stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure I said late downshift.
Some drivers do like to start from the back.
If it's pit, not back, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not back.
Well, around this circuit, to be fair, the pit lane, if you start from the pit lane, you basically rejoin in the middle of the pack, I believe.
Oh, that's awful.
So,
And I've seen an endurance race where Watkins Glen, he came out 3rd or something stupid like that. Or Interlagos as well, similar problem.
But yeah, the pit lane exit here is like far enough down the straight compared to where the start line is that yeah, you can take advantage of it a bit. Hopefully we don't see any of that. Hopefully Weston will rejoin sensibly. Barden Schwab, I think, as well has had to take back to the pits. So some issues. We've only got 30 drivers then taking the start proper, as they double snake their way around the final few corners. And it's David Schilling from the pole position, a man who's yet to win a race in this series.
Wow, what a launch.
This is his best chance yet as he launches away. It's a good start for Van der Nesse. He's alongside, and I think he's going to be past, but Trosh is still there with that Mercedes grunt. He'll go round the outside, and Van der Nesse has the same issue as before, and Van der Nesse is round. Who else will he collect? This could be a big impact. Who else has he hit? And we've got another driver off, and it's pretty much a roadblock. I think the top 9 managed to get through, but everyone else has had to get on the brakes. It is a mess between turn 1 and 2.
I mean, I didn't see what caused the second incident, but it did look like the Mercedes turned in like Chris was just going to turn to evaporated milk. Like he just turned in. But I do not know what caused this. We're going to get 3 wide, and the Lambo's not going to know anything about it. Yeah.
And then go through all of them.
Oh,
I think was that Hort? It was Hort managing to get past all of them. Vin Hort, sorry. And round goes Ansel. Awful couple of corners for him. I don't think he did anything wrong, but he's ended up facing the wrong way. And Anders Meyer's had the best view of any of one so far in all this. He's been just in the right place at the right time. Oh, that's not good from Philip. That's not good from Philip.
No. It was actually technically a good...
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Technically, it was a good rejoin, but he was carrying about 50 kph more than normal because of where he rejoined. There's going to be more replays than on-camera action for review. Yeah, I cannot think what on earth could have happened after the Ansel issue in before T2.
Needs repairs, it looks like. So to Camphius. Wouldn't be surprised if there's someone else. There's Ansel.
Yeah, I don't think he knew he was missing the...
Oh, no, no.
I have no words. Yeah, this is... Yeah, no words.
I mean, what is that? Is that a new thing that's happened to Kleinek, though? Or has he had that from... I think he's probably had that from the start as Kleinek, but he's lost a place.
It looks weird, right? Or is it because their livery is bright white, maybe it just looks extra weird?
I mean, he's lost the front of his car. I'm not sure when that happened, though. Looks like a void. And here comes the move from... So Zilk is up to P9. What a drive from Hendrik. Zilk is up 9 places. Danny Nee is up at 19 in a lap.
Yeah, it's not bad. 19.
We were criticising his race 1 performance.
Udod.
Oh no, Udod gained a lot of places as well, but he's got Buckinghamshire broadband as well.
Yeah, it looks like he's got disconnected. He was up quite a lot there as well. Yeah, I'm calling it. I think T1
he's back.
was on the Merc, but I don't know, from the angle I saw.
So, T1 was on the Merc, so Trosh.
Yeah, I think so. He just, yeah, there's a sausage curve there, and I think he just slammed Van den Nesse into it, yeah. And then maybe T2 was sort of caused by people going left and right around him, and then they came together in the middle.
There was certainly some of the...
Right, here we go.
Here we go.
An hour. So this is before...
Oh, so oh man, so a lot of drivers had damage from that.
Okay, and then...
So is there a squeeze?
Okay, we're going to get a chopper view off this, but I don't think the Merc... Let's see. Oh,
no, I think it's fair dues.
Yeah, it's fair dues from that angle.
The Delachas cars were really unlucky. Then does one of the Delachas cars re-enter dangerously? I guess it must be one of the Delachas cars re-entered.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
They're already 3 wide.
Yeah, that was not a good rejoin. Not a good rejoin. But yeah, T1 was definitely just hard racing. And this is what happened to Philip then?
Because Ansel had already been bombed to the corner before, and then was that?
Is that netcode?
Big Glenn who turned in.
Oh, okay. But no, yeah, T1 was clean. It was just hard racing. Wasn't even that hard a racing, just a small contact and sent the Porsche flying. Yeah, awful rejoin. Well, obviously it was 3 wide as well.
But I mean, what could he have done much more on that rejoin, right?
Well, like, you are only allowed to rejoin the track when it's clear, not because you're holding the throttle and now want to join. That's the problem, right? He can just go straight on, stay on the grass. He can never rejoin for all we care. You have the track has to be
I'm not sure if he could not rejoin at that point. I don't know.
True.
But yeah, you could have lifted off probably. And,
yeah, I mean, it all happened a bit quick. We'll let the stewards decide. We get a 2-second clip, and we make brash, quick decisions.
So the drivers who had to pit then, Broderick, I think got caught up before the race even started. Delgado pitted maybe before the race started. Kleinek, Abithu, Rosseth, Ansel, Mola all had to go back to the pits, as that's a move from Tillman up to P3 now. He's got past the very well performing Finn Horse, having his best race of the season at the moment. But also got into the pits was Fairley, Camphius. Tom Weston started from the pits and he's up to 17th place. So Tom Weston actually maybe with a good strat after all.
As long as he came out the pits last. I don't know if there is a rule on it, but
I think there is.
I will be placing one because it's not right.
Tillman not having it all his own way at the moment. Trying to come back, Glenn. Not going to get through there. Meyer behind us has just got past a bio as well for P6.
Great spot for Finn Glenn though, right? Up 8 positions, P5. On the towel of Finn Hooked. And that's Van den Nesse's teammate, right?
Yes. I hadn't even noticed actually that because Agard got caught up in that lap 1 instance. So right now, if it ends like this, a bio will pretty much score as many points as Agard across the night.
Right, got you.
So
Yeah.
they basically had opposite results from race 1 to race 2. So that would be some result for a bye, considering that he had a qualifying ban.
And Walk Racing have turned this around in race 2. P7, P11, P12. Massive turnaround from race 1. Flip having an awful time out there, just saw him off the track, and obviously he's just got his car repaired. David Muller getting ahead of Schwab. Yeah, Sergio Barrio having a very good race, and I think Philip has called it. I think so, or he's doing a drive-through. We're not sure. I'm not sure. More replays coming in.
I think Glenn might get a penalty for that.
Ooh.
Oh no, so that's what happened to Beathy.
That's a strange one. See that. Well,
It's probably the outside car's fault, I imagine.
the car on the... I don't know.
Car on the left.
Yeah, but the car on the right didn't turn for the turning.
I didn't know they. I
Like,
mean,
you
it's
just-
difficult to tell.
It is, but there was a turn in there that nobody took.
Sure, but I don't. I doubt he would have delayed turning into that apex of all apexes.
Yeah, I'm just saying, well, from what I saw,
Sure.
nobody turned for it, so it can't be the guy on the outside's fault. But yeah, I mean, with full review, the stewards will see everything, yeah, so maybe it's different. But as I say, the turning was unturned. Oh, and Patrick Wilt is from the Team Bearpoke team. He is definitely probably facing the wrong way. He's dropping positions fast. Looks like he's recovering. This has been not the cleanest race of the season.
No, it's generally been a very clean season.
Well, I say it's only 2 incidences. Well, one
Wow.
that collated into 2 major.
Sure. Well, but there's been a few others in this race, right? We had the
Yeah.
one down at turn 7. On that one, we had that Abithi incident at turn
And
1.
Phillips, you can't even call it a rejoin because he had been rejoined for a while. He then just lobbed it into a rando corner where, yeah, just overspeed smacked into the guy. Oh. England looking hungry for that top 5 finish. David Muller is on the move. It's 2 positions I've seen him pass. He's passed Martin Schwab and Sander Danielson since I've been looking.
Anders Meyer hasn't been especially aggressive in this race. He started in P10. He's up 4 places, but he's been overtaken by Vin Glenn and all that. But I think Meyer very happy to take the points, and
Yeah,
he'll
massive points today.
he'll pretty much have one hand on the trophy, honestly, after tonight. With the issues for Van der Nesse, he'll massively extend his championship lead.
Okay, here's what happened to Wilt. Oh, he was just...
Driven through by the 3-4-4.
Yeah, this yellow card, I don't know who it is, just didn't quite understand that. Yeah, Tom just didn't
Western.
quite grasp that the car on the inside is going to have to go slow to hold that inside line. Yeah, easy done. Okay, so what Anders can do, but as Sam just said, he's a smart guy. He knows this is going to be a mega result for him today, 1st and 6th. So he's not going to risk too much.
Because we haven't really talked about the race leader much, but yeah, David Schilling is well en route to a first ever victory.
Doing a grand job.
Either the top 2 have won a race in this series, and well, they're the 2 fastest men out on track. They're the only ones in the 38s right now.
Yeah, it does look like this Vin Glenn and Finn are the wrong way around. It's looking like Vin is the faster of the 2, so perhaps Anders is just buying his time, letting them fight it out, and then clear the Porsche.
Ooh, big slide.
Yeah, I think he actually tapped the Porsche, did the vet.
And is happy to take a bit more curb as well. It gets him within a few hundredths of the car ahead, but nothing doing into Mobile 1 curve. That one, of course, is Sax curve. This has no name, this chicane. And then the last turn is Sud curve. which I assume is south curve.
What do you think of this right-hander, how you finished the lap?
I think the exit is quite iconic. I quite like the exit of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe that's me growing up viewing F1 around this track.
Told you, look at that Ford. What sausage curb? What sausage curb? You do that in a Ferrari, you'd be upside down. Right, let's see. Anders is growing impatient. Will Vin make a move on Finn? Vin and Finn. I didn't pick up on that till just now. Yeah, I think Anders has given him one more go. Now, half an hour race, he's going to be plenty patient. But I do feel like the vet needs to get this move done.
Yeah, the issue is that Tellman isn't really pulling away ahead of these guys. Tellman is... oh no, Hort was overtaken. And now there was a send from... There was a Porsche. What happened to the Porsche?
That was...
Oh, there he is. He's in the back car. Who is that? That Hooper. Just absolutely sent it, Hooper. I'm fascinated to see a replay of that.
That's Finn, who we were just watching. The camera broke away. So what we were watching was where the incident was. I just don't know. I didn't see anything coming.
Yeah, two separate incidents.
Ah, got it. Okay.
But yeah, Finn got involved in something that lost 5 seconds.
Wow. It all looked so calm.
Mola getting past Syme. Mola has already come into the pits, had to take a fast repair on lap 1 of the race.
He's on the move. He's passed 4 cars in less laps than that.
He can probably get one more with Wilt. I doubt he'll get fairly. That will be too far. Maybe Jason Hodgson, who's currently running in P19. Good job from Jason, the American, to be that high up in the bets.
Okay, so this is what we missed on replay.
Uh-oh. Hooper, and then this... Oh, he did well. He did really well.
Didn't. He did
That's
indeed.
incredible.
So that battle we were watching when I said he needs to get a move done, that was moments later, right? That was a bit dumb.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I mean, there's no way Vin gets to keep this position. Like, you know, he turned his opposition in the hairpin when they were both sharing the same line. So
I fear for him that you might get 2 penalties, because I think the lap 1 instant, I think he'll get a penalty for turn 7. I think he'll get a penalty for that. Here comes Veal. He won't get that one stopped, but he might get the position. No, just a little bit too deep.
a little bit. Yeah, I think it's been a while since you drove the track, Sam. That was a little...
No, I mean, a little bit too deep to take the position. I mean, like, he wasn't that far back hit by the end of the corner.
Little deep. It was a little deep.
EO is up 21 places, but could be up 23 should he clear these two. By the way, another quick mention as well of the Apex Racing League Sports Car Championship. That will be starting in about 3.5 weeks' time. It is TCR and GT4 machinery on 10 circuits.
Have you got any sneak peeks to what tracks?
I think Suzuka's on there.
Really? Who picked the schedule? Is it you, Sam?
No, we took it from the official series.
Okay.
I was pleased that Suzuka was on there. Spa's on there.
So is the plan to follow the officials?
Yeah.
Okay.
Follows between the Touring Car Challenge and the Falcon Tyre Challenge. Takes inspiration from both of those calendars.
Nice.
And yeah, it's a good schedule.
And does Maya making that move now? The battle's not ensuing between Vin and Finn. But yeah, as I say, I don't think Vin's going to be keeping this position after the race.
Well, the way that... would you say when you get involved in incidents, do you become more aggressive or less aggressive?
What, when you're the person that's caused it, or...?
Well, yeah, but you don't necessarily know that, right?
Correct.
You know, well, he's become a lot less aggressive. That's the answer to that one, for Finn.
Yeah, initially it's never your fault, so of course you'll be a little bit more aggressive. Even if you hit the guy in front, to be honest, because you're driving and you're the one in control, you blame the person in front. Why are you so slow? You know, like things like that. But then, yeah, the realization kicks in. Once you've had time to, you've calmed and you've processed what happened in your head, you start thinking, damn it, I've just realized that was on me. Obviously, if you're streaming, you never admit that last bit.
Sure.
Yeah. You just don't show the replay at the end and you move on to the next race. It's just a secret there to let you in on. But yeah. Obviously, we haven't taken a look at the incident. Yeah, unfortunately, because it's been a solid race from Vin. Sergio Abayo's only 1.6 seconds back from this, and we know he's a very fast dude. Not been, I mean, it's been far from Walk Racing Esports' best day. They've really looked on the back foot in quali in the first race. But second race, with all the accidents, they've all stayed out of trouble so far. So far, we've lost a lot higher degree than we're used to losing. We've lost Marlon Schwab, Pierre Butsu, Philip Ansel, Joel, Mark, and Mr. Broderick. We've lost, which is, yeah. And you could probably say Eric Rousseff has been lost. He's down 21 positions. He's driving around out there, but he's 29 seconds off the back.
Yeah, really good pace for Eric, as one would expect. But yeah, he is in no man's land.
Andrew Fairley up a position.
Gus Campius. Agard will soon be past Western. Has this one been complete? Campius is coming back.
Oh.
One of the newer drivers to the series, made his debut at Imola 2 weeks ago. Of course, sign-ups. Oh no, and he's gone into him. And I thought he was going on the brakes to let him back past there, but he. Oh, and that's the rear wing on. So Fairley has already pitted, so I don't think he's got any more fast affairs. So this might be game over, unfortunately, for Andrew Fairley.
He won't know he's not got a rear wing until about now. Now he knows.
So.
Yep. Unfortunate to see that for Andrew. I was looking down at the data you said he was turned into, yeah?
No, you just got hit in the back.
Ah. I was staring at the timing sheet.
So Neo with one more place. If you can get one more place, that would be maximising the results. Because that would be 23 places if you can get this one. Which, considering that there's only 32 drivers in this field, is quite something. UDODS, oh, that was just UDOD with his Buckinghamshire broadband. Glitching in and out.
Okay, here's the replay. Ah. Yeah, we'll look at the chopper view.
I mean, again, he, of course, the driver behind will say, oh, wait, didn't get on the power.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, it was a strange one where that car, whoever that is, sorry, I can't remember, Fairley, not just on the power, he wasn't tracked out at all. Like, he was 3 car widths further to the right than you'd expect him. So, obviously, I'm not saying it's not the driver's behind fault, but of course, yeah, there's a level of expectation when you're following someone closely.
Agard did get past Western. It's now Vist, who is most likely to overtake him next. Agard with Carbonari ahead. Carbonari actually staying roughly where he started. Yeah, he had a qualifying ban for race 1, gained I think 14 places in the end. He's only gained 2 in this one. Hasn't exactly been able to move forwards, but still maybe a slightly better day than what it looked like after qualifying for him.
I didn't realise Lucas Talman was 8K.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he drives mainly, Lucas. Of course, he has won. He won the previous season of ARL Sports Cars in the GT4 category. So I don't know if that's his main car, or maybe it's these GT3s. There goes Vist. He's not going to get done immediately.
Ooh, it's going to be a nice drag race.
He has got past Hort, by the way, further up. That's he's. Oh no!
Oh, no.
No!
I think he jinxed it.
Oh no!
Yep.
Well, such a good job. I mean, he's still up 17 places from where he started, but it's not the same.
No. We'll hopefully see what happened there. But I can confirm the move wasn't completed, as was reported moments ago. Oh! Wow, that was brave.
Agard trying to clear Carbonari.
Yeah, he will here, I think.
And they've got Vist right behind. He's going to try to pick up the pieces.
Wow, they're likely to track out into nothing, don't they? Very tight. Needs to get it done now as the Porsche will get him. And the Audi's had a look.
Oh, no.
It was a bit over-optimistic because it's not like the Porsche had an optimal line to keep it open because on entry, he was door-to-door. It was just the Porsche got cleared, so... Yeah, not the wisest send from Robin there. It was a closing door. But always a shame to see.
Carbonite with a drive-through now. Exceed the instant limit. Maybe shouldn't have been fighting as hard as he was if he was close to that.
Oh, bit of a bump there, or a bit of netcode.
Yeah, it's a landmine.
He popped a wheelie.
It's not that bad a drive-through though here. I think the pit lane speed is a bit higher than some circuits, and it's not a long pit lane to start off with.
Yeah, I think it's an 80 kph one.
Yeah, a lot of the F1 circuits, or former F1 circuits at least, have a higher...
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
pit lane.
It was F1 tracks, I don't know why.
Yeah, I think they changed it like 3 years ago or something. And yeah, I am a fan of it.
Yeah, I do not like the 60 ones. Especially Spa, where Spa Endurance is 60 and Spa GP is 80. That's painful. That's painful, because special when you've got Spa 24 coming up the week before, they'll race at the Endurance layout. And then you fly into entry and, yeah, bam, you've been speeding.
Sure.
Oh, I thought you looked unbalanced coming off the curb, but it's just the awkward forward, how it normally looks. Nice little battle going on here with Alex Veal, Hendrik Zilk, Michael Hooper, and Artem Udod's not too far off this battle.
Yeah, of course, all getting promoted up a position because of the issue for Neo a few laps ago. Might just see Neo in the background. There he is, just coming through the final corner.
So obviously, Van der Ness has not had the day, considering he's had the pace. You know, he's just not gone his way both races. Couldn't stay out of trouble in either of them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, really disappointing day. Lost a lot of points. This will be his drop score, I believe, Van der Nesse. Yeah, it will be his drop score. He's got a really good, like, consistent results. His worst score is 116.
So yeah, it'll trump it here for sure. So this
will be
one.
sub 100, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like, probably sub 90, honestly.
Nice move attempted here, but no, couldn't get the traction off the corner, did Alexis?
So as long as Van der Nesse doesn't have another bad round to the end of the season, he should be in a good place. But like, oh, here he comes. Oh, that was such an early turn-in. Really early turn-in.
On what I saw in the half a second I had to analyse, it did look like the Porsche just felt entitled to turn, but I don't know how to see it.
Well, yeah, I think he panicked and thought, oh, he's done me here. I got to turn in early, squeeze him.
Yeah, rather than just carry it and go outside. That's how it looked to me, but let's see it from Chopper. It might have just been too late. I don't usually request the camera, but I thought I could see Lewis's head. I'll request the camera. He's going to give me cockpit cam now because of that.
You could walk over to the computer yourself and
yeah,
set it up.
No, I have no idea how to set it up. I've no idea to take it from there and put it to here. There's so many buttons. Schilling doing a great job. He's actually extending that lead lap on lap. So, and let's not forget he's only 3.5k and the drivers behind him, let's not forget, 5.5, 8k, 6.4, 6k. So, you know, yeah, he capitalized at the start, but, you know, it's not a free lunch. He's earned it.
Yeah, David, he needs to do more officials. Get that iRacing up. Very much good enough for 6k. He is going to get past Hort there, so that's the battle. That's sort of caused the issue for Neo in the first place.
I don't think
Hort's going to come back. Hort, he does not know when he's beaten. And that can often be a positive thing. It looks like it's positive that time, because they've got Van der Nesse around them as well. I'm sure Hort will jump out of the way of Van der Nesse if they're next to one another on the last lap.
Right, round the outside this time. And still going around the outside, still going, and he's back. Hello, welcome back. I think Van der Nesse is going to send this 3 wide. Oh no, the other Porsche got clear. Van der Nesse's just not got the straight line speed. Van der Nesse with the send. Well covered by Neo. Okay, so this is what happened to Neo.
So it's already a bit personal between the two of them. So to be...
Oh.
No.
Oh.
So I think that was a bit of a squeeze into the hairpin anyway.
Yeah.
And then, well, Neo can't really complain too much on the exit, I guess. But one could argue that he's gone wide because of...
No, that's... I don't know if he's earned the right to the apex there.
I think he's earned the right to the apex. I think it's before he starts turning in that he's partially alongside. I think if everyone drove the way that Neo... Oh, who was it? Hortz. If everyone drove how Hort drove there, then I think we'd have 10 times more instants than we have. And we've already had a lot of instants today.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just harder to call than I thought. Oh, this is going to be fun. Yeah, it was just a little harder to call than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, the Mercedes grunt will be strung out here.
All right, yeah, we're done.
With that.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was late.
Oh, no. Oh, he's gone into him. They're both going to go wide. Hortz is probably saying to Van der Nesse, no.
No, I'm not letting you by. Give me 2 minutes with him. And you'll never see him again.
Trust me, you'll be past both of us by the end of the race with what I've got planned.
Oh, dear.
Vista's got past Hodgson, but Hodgson's still doing really well, P17. And actually, Hodgson gets a point.
Yeah, no,
and he loses again. But...
A little bit of commentator's curse again there.
It's happened a lot today, and it's what you identified right from the get-go in terms of the left, right.
Oh!
That's Campius. That wasn't Hodgson.
That looked painful. Oh, and you dod, but that might be internet things.
Internet. He'll come back.
He'll come back.
He's been out for, I think in race 1 he was out for about 25 seconds. So these are amateur numbers for him. So this is the penultimate lap of the race. We've got the white flag is being prepared.
What a race it's been.
Not the top 2. I mean, for a race where like the top 2 has stayed in the same places, that doesn't seem that strange. But that's really not, I think, what anyone expected going into this race. But because of the chaos behind, they made a break for it, and they haven't looked back.
Yeah, only 1, 2, and 18 have remained in the same plot. So this is a little replay. Yeah.
So he's arguably covered that off too late, has the Porsche. Arguably.
Arguably, it's close. I see what you're saying. Oof.
Wow. That's probably just going to be a racing instant, honestly. I don't think the Corvette can really do anything around that corner. It's too narrow.
Yeah, correct. Tough.
So...
No team orders here, then, it seems.
Well, there ought to be. And this is going for... Well, to be fair, at the same time, who cares about this for Van der Nesse, right? This is his drop score. So these extra 2 points won't actually count to anything in the championship.
True.
So maybe... Oh, Weston's... Oh, no, Weston's coming... See, he was second place out of the arms, actually, was Weston.
It looks like an actual pit stop. It might be fuel.
Be fuel, yeah. Hopefully he gets back out there. He should be all right. I mean, I'm just thinking of the leaders. If the leaders get close enough to the checkered flag and you're on your pit stop, you just won't be let out. But Schilling still got the entirety of the final sector, so you will be getting back out on circuit.
Yeah, what a strange, jumbled race.
But David Schilling has been knocking on the door for a race win really from the start of the season. He impressed so much back at the season opener at Watkins Glen. I think managed to finish P5 overall on that occasion. And has maybe not necessarily had the rub of the green in recent rounds, but he's inherited the pole position the reverse grid pole position tonight, and he has taken full use of it, and he's going to take a dominating race victory. David Schilling gets his first race win in ARL GT3 trophy. Josh holds on for second place. Tillman with more good points in third. Maya very happy with fourth. He's comfortably the highest scoring driver across the night. Top of the prize will be Sergio Abaye. So good day for him in the championship considering he had a qualifying ban. And top of the arms, Artem Udod, who did not set a lap in qualifying, but again recovers well in race 2, and I think he's probably the highest scoring amateur driver yet again, as he has made a custom so far this season.
Correct, and no team orders there with Hopton Van den Esse.
No. For their championship as well. I imagine Maguire's have probably lost the championship lead after that.
But no, David Schilling, well deserved the win there. Kept his class and didn't look back or think about their pace and just delivered, extended his gap. It looked like he lost a little bit of time there on the last lap, but bringing it home's allowed.
Yes. I was surprised how close Tillman got to Trosh near the end of the race as well. Another lap maybe would have been in trouble. Of course, that Mercedes gun would have helped him out regardless, I am sure. We will get some interviews with the drivers fairly soon. But I think we might be able to have the results already. Just one or two more drivers actually still waiting to cross the line at the moment. But yeah, here they are. And David Schilling with that race win, pretty much by the same winning margin as we saw for Maya in race 1, albeit a very different route to get there. Trosh and Tillman in second and third, Abaye top of the prize, and Udod top of the ARMS. Smart drive there from Maya. And just incredible how in the end, it was a good day for all our championship leaders. Obviously, it always looked good for Maya because he was in the race lead from lap 1, race 1. But I mean, incredible turnarounds in form for Abaye and Udod after a terrible race 1. How well they did in race 2.
Correct. Yeah, they just didn't put it together in qualifying when it mattered for the first race. But they cream rise to the top in the second race. It was a bit of a messy second race, but the drivers that were smart stayed out of trouble and picked their battles. Delivered. Yeah, really impressed with David Schilling's race there. It wasn't just gifted because of the instance. He earned that fair and square.
And whilst we wait for some drivers to join us, we can preview the next round of the championship. Of course, next week we got Abruzzi ARL Endurance 2024. In fact, actually, we've now got a driver, so we may discuss that later on. But we'll first drag up David Schilling to have a chat with us now. David, congratulations. That is a race win for yourself. That must be very satisfying after having to wait a while this season.
Hi guys, I'm still at a loss for words. I didn't expect to get a victory coming into this weekend. It caught me by surprise. I can't even form words properly.
No, that's absolutely fair enough, and great to have that reaction as well. Let's go back to race 1 firstly, because obviously that was very important because you managed to finish in P10. Were you aware of how significant that 10th place was in race 1, and were you driving differently in order to make sure that you finished in that P10?
To be completely honest, I didn't want to start first. At Daytona, it didn't go well when I started first in the feature race. So I was a bit skeptical, so I tried to overtake Eric. Well, didn't happen, but now I'm glad it didn't happen, that I didn't have the pace to overtake him.
Yeah, we were sort of speculating that. I was thinking that you weren't going to try to overtake him. David thought that you were, and David was correct on that one. But yeah, it ended up very well for you. And then, of course, lap 1 in that race 2 was really significant. How much of the incident did you see in your mirrors?
Nothing. I just saw the relative. Just climbing and also, like, the gap behind Eric, it just started to, like, extend and extend and extend. I don't know what happened. Could you guys kind of fill me in, like, what happened?
Well, I think it was alongside between second and third, basically, going into turn 1, Vandenesse and I guess it was Trosh. I think Vandenesse spun round, and then that caused some other drivers to scatter. Some of the Delaches cars had to go off the circuit. They had to rejoin the circuit when it was already 3 wide, so it basically went 4 wide, and then everyone just crashed behind.
Yeah, the grid blew up.
Yeah, that was sort of how it all started. That, but I mean, to be fair, after that, you still had a lot to do, and you just pulled away from the gap. I mean, were you surprised by your pace in race 2? Because honestly, even compared to the likes of Lucas and Anders, it seemed like you had the pace on them in race 2. I mean, it was very impressive.
Yes, really much. I was even with fuel saving for the whole race, lifting 10, nearly 15 meters before every single corner. It was, I didn't think I was going to have the pace, especially at the start of the race, and like by like lap 6 or lap 7, when the gap started to like still get bigger and bigger, and then it's just started like averaging out at around 6 seconds to P3. I started to calm down, but still looking out for the fuel.
You under fuel for a sprint? Was it for tires? Like, was you just looking after your tires, or was it a mistake?
I fueled for 19 laps, which the race was, but I must have looked at the wrong fuel average numbers, and like I had half a liter, nearly 1 liter less than I would have needed.
Right.
And then by the end of the race, I had like 1 liter extra, so I could do donut.
It's important.
I really appreciate the priorities. I like that. Well, congratulations, David. That is a very well-deserved victory. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Well, obviously the team, the sponsors, my parents, and my friends. Yeah, thank you to everyone, and thank you guys also.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, David.
Yeah,
and yeah, really congratulations. It's very good to see that race victory, and yeah, hopefully you can back it up in 2 weeks.
Hopefully.
David
Bye,
Chilling, your race winner in race 2 tonight, 10th place in race 1. We got Ryan Walker ready for a chat.
Hello there, Ryan. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, nice. P2 in the Pro-Am, talk me through it. Was you involved much in that incident on the before turn 2? Or did you manage to get through it unscathed?
I was pretty much towards the back of the field, so I had a clear view of what was happening, and basically I kind of slowed up on the exit of turn 1 because I saw that there was the cars scattering everywhere, so I kind of slowed down a little bit and just hoped that people behind me would react as well and slow up as well and not run into the back of me, and then got to the exit of turn 2, turn 3 I think it was, and then again there was cars everywhere, and I managed to get through unscathed. And yeah, it was yeah, as soon as I got through, I checked my relative at the end of the lap 1, and I saw that I was up to about 14th at one point, and then I checked and saw that I was in the top 3 in Pro-Am. So yeah, I was a bit of a surprising lap 1.
Yeah, and I've just seen you finished up 15 positions, P10 overall. It was a stellar drive. Yeah, did you know it was going wrong? Like, so obviously there was a delay between the T1 incident and the T2, right? Which one was the more scary? Because T1's always frightening, right? Because a lot of it's blind as you come around the corner.
I would have thought it would have been turn 1, but I managed to get through there with no issues, and then heading down to turn 2 is where it all just started kicking off, and I went into turn 2 and slowed up, and I was about to turn into turn 2, and then I saw a Porsche spinning sideways in front of me, so I took to the runoff into turn 2. So yeah, but I'm quite glad I managed to make that decision on the spot, because there was quite a lot going on at the time.
Yeah, we're just watching it now. Impressive stuff. Yeah, we're just seeing the Porsche spun Porsche. This is great from the cameraman. Oh my! It's a parking lot. So yeah, you did very, very well indeed. Well earned. How are you finding the Ford here? I tested all the cars here this week, and I found the Ford in Turn 1 to be pretty much my favourite because of the way you can abuse the sausage curb. Is that something you took advantage of? And how did you find the car overall?
The Ford around Hockenheim I actually found really good fun. I was avoiding the inside sausage curb in turn 1 just because I didn't get a chance to do that much practice. So I rather than take the risk, I just decided to drive round it and just play it safe.
Yeah, nice. No, solid result. P2 in the prom. I don't know where you are in the standings, but that's what my friend next to me is good at doing really quickly. He makes good quick predictions on the fly. Because obviously drop weeks still come into play, right? Sam is scanning. 21st. Yeah, so we'll see. We've got another drop week, obviously. But yeah, no, solid result. Is anyone like to give a shout out to?
Firstly, to the team at Altitude Esports for having me, and it's been they're a good group of people to be a part of, and yeah, they've been very welcoming with me, and to you guys as well for putting on the broadcast, and to the people behind the scenes that are running the series.
Excellent. All right. Yeah, again, congratulations on the solid result, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks, David.
Cheers, mate.
I think we'll have one last interview, but we may as well drag them both up, I think.
Same team, right?
They're the same team.
Yeah, just paired.
But we are thinking that there might be a bit of friction amongst them. Well, at least David was trying to steal some friction because he was comparing them to Perez and Ricciardo earlier on. Anders, maybe you're the man with more authority here, but of course in qualifying, Nikolai was out-qualifying some of the Ford teams, which we perceive as maybe the Premier team. I mean, does there need to be some mid-season changes of drivers because of Nikolai's strong qualifying performance?
Yeah, it will definitely be a meeting where we will tell Nikolai that he has to slow down and let all of us bust in qualifying. No, Nikolai's doing great. He's been doing great for a long time. So that promotion is it's not up to me, but it's inevitable. Really proud of Nikolai today. Just a shame about race 2 for him.
Yeah.
Why am I here now?
It's 2-1.
Oh yeah. I mean, your teammates. So we're just bringing you in for the.
Okay.
And, we'll ask you, Nikolai. I mean, once again, that qualifying performance, and I mean the race 1 as well. I mean, you must have been absolutely delighted by that one because I think in qualifying, was it a P3 on the grid? I think your best of the season, and in that race 1, you were able to stick with the front guys.
P2 was my best result, but it was fun actually. All this week has been really fun. Been driving some officials and getting some iRacing and learning from David on his Twitch. So it's been a it's been a really good week actually. It was a shame about race 2, but the challenge to drive the car after a crash was also really cool. So learning from every experience, every race.
Yeah, well, I think just behind us on the screens, I think there might be a replay of what happened to you on that one. Take us through it from your perspective. It seemed like you got a bit sandwiched.
A little bit.
I don't see what you guys see now, but from my view, I see. What's his name? Alexis? Yeah, Alexis drives wide, and I can see just the tip of his front in my side window. So I'm screaming to Eric in Discord when he comes out on track, but it was all too late. So yeah, I tried to drive over towards Eric, but eventually I got sandwiched. So yeah, nothing to do about it. Eric had the Lambo Ansel on the outside also, so it was a kinky situation.
Definitely, yeah, it was a very tricky one, that one. But yeah, still decent points for yourself tonight. And then, of course, Anders, a fantastic race one for you. Talk us through that lap one, because it seemed like that was where you won it. We thought on a couple of occasions, actually, that Chris might have the advantage, but you were just able to muscle him out.
That was mega racing, yeah.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised, especially because I was so close coming into T2, and I thought, okay, he's going to have the traction on me in T2, but I don't know if he made a small mistake or something, because I actually got a better run out of the corner. So I knew that that was probably going to be my best opportunity. So I really just had to go for it on that first lap. And racing besides Chris, you know, it's always going to... He gives a lot of space and it's respectful, so I don't have any fear going side by side with him. So yeah, that battle was really good, and my goal, obviously, the first 2-3 laps was to pull away, so we get out of the draft, and I managed to do that. So after that, it was all about looking after the tires and yeah, just not doing any mistakes.
Absolutely. Were there any close calls in the first few laps there? Because it seemed like you were making a very big effort and a good effort as well to avoid any risk of collisions. But were there any moments where maybe you got a little bit lucky, you think?
Yeah, if you look at my inboard from lap 1, it was quite hectic. Cars flying everywhere, and I see Eric coming back out on track from the wall. That was a bit scary, but yeah, I managed to survive, and I feel like I had to dodge so many moments in that race too. So and I didn't want to take too many risks as well, because I saw Chris obviously had the spin in T1. So where we are now, it's all about focusing on Chris, trying to gain as much points as I can on him. So yeah, I want to call it a successful evening.
We're just seeing that replay now. And,
Yeah, well handled.
Yeah, you were quite fortunate because yeah, I think it was Eric who was coming like a boomerang across the circuit, wiping everyone out. So yes, that was a bit fortunate, but you earned your luck, Anders. Congratulations on that. Is there anyone you two want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, well, like always, we give a shout out to Samson's stream on Twitch. We learned that from Simon. that we're his #1 fans now. And as always, big shout out to the team. Racing Lab.no, Ford Norway, CarX.no, and SimuCube. And as always, big shout out to you guys. Nikolai, take it away.
I would like to thank Abayo for the fight. He keeps making me push myself, and my teammates. I wouldn't be at this level without them, so a big shout out to them. And also David, we're #1 fans. best Twitch streamer. And yeah, to RacingLab.no, and yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us, and best of luck in a fortnight's time.
Thank you.
Later, guys.
Thank you.
Samsoid #1 fans
I know, right?
from Racing Lab.
I'm gonna send them a
Esports.
hat.
I think that's the least you can do. Yeah. Well, that's is it for the interviews. We were discussing before Road America. I'm just really pleased we're going to Road America. It's such a good circuit. Next time.
Yeah, it's a races track.
Yep.
We were there for the endurance recently.
I don't think it was for the endurance. It was for the Racing Unleashed thing.
That's it, yeah.
Which is basically the same as what this is going to be.
It's a races track. That's why I love it. Is it my favourite to hot lap? Probably not. It's one of my favourite to race. I said that about Hockenheim in GT3s, but Road America can handle the multi-class as well. So yeah, it's a fantastic track. It has a little bit of everything. Yeah, I think it's a fantastic place. It's going to be delivering some really good racing, especially with the grid we have.
Absolutely, yeah, should be really, really good. That'll be on in 2 weeks' time. We've got Asus. Oh, sorry, no, I'm thinking back to last year. Dear me. Abruzzi ARL Endurance 2024 coming up next week. Of course, that'll be from Suzuka. Forecasted heavy rain for that one. So do tune in for that. And of course, ARL GT3 trophy in 2 weeks' time. Of course, me and David will be back as well in a few minutes' time for the late Apex. Give it about 15 minutes until that stream starts, so do check out that. We'll be discussing the latest in the sim racing world. Yeah, of course, do make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, check out all our future streams. We've had the Radicals on earlier today, but we've got plenty more streams while coming up throughout the week, including Racing Unleashed GT3 series as well on Sunday, which should be a really good race, a bumper 60-car grid anticipated for that one. And of course, do check out the Apex Racing League and Apex Racing TV social medias as well. But for now, from myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, and from David Sampson, we are going to say goodbye, and we'll see you back in 2 weeks' time at Road America for round 8 of the season. See you then.
See ya.